the latest shortage is of accountants, and it's affecting the stock market.
Accountants, they are the unsung heroes of business. Accountants are the Batman of the balance sheet. If you know an accountant, give them a hug.
Because America's economy is running out of accountants, and we're seeing the consequences.
Yetis, the story of the great accountant shortage begins at Advance Auto Parts.
Advanced Auto Parts just pulled a move we haven't seen since middle school.
Yeah, Advance Auto Parts just asked for an extension on their term paper.
On their term paper.
And Jack, what is the term paper in this little analogy?
It's their quarterly earnings report.
And Jack, who is the teacher in this analogy?
It's the SEC, America's stock market regulator.
And Jack, what is the lame excuse in this analogy?
Advanced Auto Parts asked for an extension from the SEC because they didn't have enough accountants to tally up their numbers.
Apparently, Advance Auto Parts has enough carburetors, but not enough calculators.
Plenty of spark plugs, not enough staplers.
They got enough chassis, not enough checking accounts.
And that leads to this. One reason that Advanced Auto Parts stock is down right now, investors aren't confident that the numbers that are being reported are correct because of the shortage of accountants.
They don't have enough accountants, so people don't trust their numbers. That did all their accounting.
And it's not just Advanced Auto Parts, Yetis.
No, it is not. What's going on, Jack?
Our overall economy is short on accountants.
Jack, can we whip out the Hoarder's Almanac over there? We've got a midweek submission.
Yeah, week 171. We're running out of accountants.
Yetis, Jack and I jumped in T-Boy style. We think accountants are the quiet corporate heroes of capitalism.
They're the Batman of the balance sheet.
They're the Wonder Woman of the write-offs.
Accountants make sure that the money coming in and out of the company is accounted for. Without accountants, it's chaos.
Jack, they're the Superman of the S-Corp.
And according to the Wall Street Journal, the number of publicly traded companies that are short on accountants right now is up 40% since 2019.
And why is that, Jack?
Because post-pandemic America is an accounting nightmare.
I mean, Yetis, since the pandemic, tax filings for companies and individuals have gotten way more complex.
First, you had the CARES Act that was dishing out PPP loans. That was a huge accounting complexity that accountants had to deal with.
And then people started working remotely, which brings a whole bunch of other tax accounting questions into the equation.
And remember the first year of COVID? Every tax deadline got extended.
That was helpful.
And then extended again.
Okay, that was helpful, kind of, except...
and then extended again and again and again.
That's why your accountant literally hasn't slept in 46 days.
Post-pandemic America is a corporate accountant's nightmare.
So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our buddy Carol in accounting?
If you know an accountant, give them a hug and then give them a raise.
Yeah, it is just like teachers and healthcare workers. Accountants have been overworked since COVID.
And that's resulted in a shortage of all three of those professions.
Well, funny thing, accountants know better than most that our economy is about market forces.
If there aren't enough of something in our economy, the market can correct that problem.
And Jack, how does the market correct a shortage of any one particular profession?
By paying that profession more money.
Yeah, because if salaries for accountants rise, then that will attract more people to become accountants.
Only then will students studying finance switch from like the investment banking track to the accounting track, which we need.
Only then will Kim Kardashian forget this whole lawyer dream and just become an accountant like we all know she should.
In the meantime, if you know an accountant, give them a hug, because they need it.
And then give them a raise.
Our economy is suffering from a shortage of accountants.
So if you know an accountant, give them a hug.
And then give them a raise.
And then send them this episode.
And then ask them if they have capacity for another client because we could use an accountant.